Hey guys, it's your favorite Unk here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. The NFL released a schedule yesterday. The Cleveland Browns have the most difficult schedule, followed by the Baltimore Ravens. We got it up on your screen. The Browns have the most difficult schedule. Damn, it seems like everybody in the AFC North, because you got the Browns, the Ravens, and the Steelers have the most difficult schedule, followed by the Texans, the Packers, the Giants, the Bills, the Jags, so forth and so on. Guess who has a fairly easy schedule? Seems like the Chiefs. They're way, way down there, middle of the pack. But the Atlanta Falcons, they have the easy schedule. Seems like everybody in the NFC South, because the Atlanta's Atlanta and New Orleans are tied for the easiest schedule, followed by the Bears and then the Carolina Panthers. All right, Ocho, what you thinking? Hold on. Primetime games by team. The Jets, 49ers, and Dallas all have 6.
Yeah.
Kansas City, Buffalo, Detroit, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Philly, Miami, and the Rams. I think that's the Rams. Rams have 5. Houston, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Seattle, Atlanta, Cleveland have 4. The Giants, Chicago. Oh, no, that's the Raiders. Las Vegas. That's the Rams. Yeah, I think that's the Raiders. No, that's the Rams. Okay, Rams. That's the Rams. Okay, Rams. They have 5. Now the the Giants, Chicago, the Chargers, New Orleans have 3. Minnesota, Las Vegas Raiders, Washington, Denver, Jacksonville have 2. Indy, New England, Arizona, Tennessee have 1, and Pole, Carolina. Ocho, do you remember? I don't know if y'all ever had these. Did y'all ever have jamboree games?
Jamboree in high school, high school jamboree.
So where you play one team for a half, and then you play another team for a half.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what Carolina gonna start paying. See, if I'm Carolina, I got here's my strategy, Ocho. I will let people in the game free, and then I'm gonna charge their ass to get out. See what I did there, Ocho? You see what I did? I got him, Ocho.
hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, hell, you got to. Hey, for one, you got to get him to show up first. You got to get him to show up first.
Season. Hey, Carolina tickets free. Get their ass in there. Okay, now I'm gonna charge you to get out. All right. $500, $250. That's all right, Ocho. What you like about the schedule? I mean, who you like? Who you like early?
I mean, obviously, I like the top teams. You know who I really want to see? I'm really curious about. I really want to see what the Jets do. The Jets have so many primetime games.
Start Monday night on the road in San Francisco.
Exactly, because they have Aaron Rodgers. Long as Aaron Rodgers can stay upright, they made some improvements offensively. So I'm curious to see what they look like, which is why they have so many primetime games. 49ers are going to be the 49ers. Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs. I would like to see the Houston Texans with more primetime games. I know they have 4, but what C.J. Stroud did last year, he needs to be on primetime a little bit more. So I'm excited for them. The Bengals are going to do what the Bengals do. The Dolphins are going to do what the Dolphins do. The Ravens are going to do what they do. Outside of that, they're going to be one team that we're counting out that we don't expect to do good this year. There's always a surprising team. I don't know what team that will be, but somebody's going to emerge and surprise everybody. Who it's going to be, I don't know yet. I don't know yet, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. And one more thing before you go on. Whoever is responsible for the creativity, whoever is responsible from the teams as far as Twitter is concerned, for the creativity of the schedule release, and the way they did it, every team, their media team, media members, whoever runs their Twitter accounts, they did one hell of a fucking job. One hell of a job. And that's all 32 teams. Very creative. And it was very exciting for me. I'm sitting here, I'm refreshing all the different teams' Twitter accounts, trying to see. The Bengals was dope. Cleveland, and I hate to say it, Cleveland was really dope. Obviously, the Cowboys on was dope. Other few teams are really, really, really funny. And I'm talking so fast. I'm so goddamn excited for football season. I can't wait.
The NFL week 1 out the gate revenge game. Baltimore Thursday night on the road in Kansas City.
Ooh.
Week 7,
Yeah.
Chiefs at 49ers. Steelers, week 2 at Broncos, Russell Wilson, Sean Payton. Ravens at Chargers, week 12, the Harbaugh Bowl. Week 5, Bills at Texans, Stephon Diggs, revenge game. They got some, the NFL, look, and you know, that schedule, we'll talk about that as it goes along, Ocho, where I think the Ravens, they got like 3 games in like 15 days.
Yeah.
And so I think it's the Ravens and Kansas City, and I think it's one other team that played like 3 games in like 15, 16 days. They had to work cut out for them. That's a lot. They might need to get them boys 2 weeks off after that one, Ocho.
I mean, I think after Joe Burrow made the suggestion, if they're trying to implement an 18th game, teams having 2 bye weeks, I think that is feasible. I'm not sure how the NFL will be able to work it out. There's always
they just extend the season.
If there's not.
So what you do, Ocho, you say, okay, we're only going to play 1 preseason game. And now we're going to start. So now it's very, I like that. It's very incumbent. Guys come into shape because now you're not going to be able to have those preseason games. Because here's the thing, Ocho, guys are not playing in the preseason anyway. So while we and you're charging fans price like it's a regular season game, and they seeing guys that's either going to be on the practice squad or not make the team. That's not fair to the fans. So
okay,
go ahead.
Another thing. Now we got to be cautious here. Now you have to remember the preseason is for college players, for free agents trying to make the team as well. Now you take some of those preseason games away from those players trying to put something on film for their resume to get picked up, then what do we do about them? Because it takes away their opportunities trying to make a team or trying to make a squad.
You know what, Ocho? And I said this before, had the situation where it's 1 play game or 3 preseason games. I'm not so sure Shannon Sharpe made it because I made it on the last game of the preseason, and we had 5 games that year. So it was very helpful to me. I think the thing is, guys, teams now, a lot of these college guys, they're at the OTAs. They don't get the leeway that the veteran guys get to not be able to show up.
Right.
So, Ocho, you'll have a few surprises, but for the most part, the coaches know who's going to fill out that 53-man roster. You're going to get a surprise here or there. You're going to get a Johnny Randall that's an undrafted free agent, a Wes Welker that's an undrafted free agent, a Rod Smith that's an undrafted free agent. You're going to get a Tom Brady that shows enough and they say, you know what, we're going to keep 4 quarterbacks, a Shannon Sharpe in the 7th round. You're going to get a guy here or there. But for the most part, a Zach Thomas, an undrafted free agent to go. For the most part, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 guys, who's going to fill out that 53-man roster. Now, this is why now all of a sudden the coaching, the OTAs come in, because now I get an opportunity to look. You don't make the roster, but I think with another year, him being in our system, Ocho, I think this kid can be really good for it. So now let's put him on the practice squad. Let's watch him work. Every day, does he get better? Does he get better? Rod Smith came in there, and they put him on the practice squad, but every day, Rod, you can see Rod getting better. He wanted to be Tim Brown. Yeah. He wanted to be whoever the best receiver was that we were facing.
On scout
That's
team.
what he wanted to do. Yeah. He get the jersey. They ran it. They ran his little skinny ass in the ground. But he'll grab the jersey. I got it. And you can see him getting better and better.
Yeah.
Better and better. Next year, we start the season. We go 3-by-1, Hail Mary. He backside by himself against Darryl Green. John put it up. He jumped over the top of him, catch it for a touchdown. We win the game.
Yeah. I bet after that was all she wrote. Huh?
Ocho, how you ended up featured in the Cowboys release?
Hey, you know what? Jerry hit me, after getting on Jerry a lot, and Jerry called my phone and Jerry was like, Chad, I hear some of you and some of the things you and Sharpe be saying, and I hear you loud and clear. And I'm gonna do my due justice and my due diligence to try to stay out the media.
Good luck with that.
Jerry told me he said it's very hard. It's very hard for me. It's the way I conduct business and the way I've run things all my life. But I hear you loud and clear. So, and Jerry asked me, do you want to be a part of our schedule release? I was like, Jerry, man, listen, man, I love you, man. I meant no harm by any of the things I said. I love the Cowboys. I love Dak. I love the players. And I just felt they deserve more, as do the fans, Jerry. That's all I'm trying to get you to see. And he said, I appreciate that. And I told him I'll do the release, and just you FaceTime me, and I'll act like I don't know what's going on. And that's how that started.
Yeah. So it was great. I mean, it's going to be some great games. It's going to be great for us, Ocho, because we got a second year up under our belt. We're going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
Building a studio. We're going to be able to have graphics. We're going to be able to let people see the rundown of what we're going to be able to talk about and the sequence in which we're going to talk about it. Our graphics are going to get better. We're going to get better. We're going to give the fans, our listening audience, and our viewing audience better content. And it's going to be really, look at that. LeBron talking about Ant-Man, but it's going to be great. I'm really, really excited about this season. Because you got great storylines. Aaron Rodgers at the Jets. You got Patrick Mahomes. Can they three-peat? Can they do something no other team has done in the Super Bowl era, which is three-peat? Yeah. Joe Burrow, Lamar, is this the year? Lamar finally get the Ravens over the hump, not to the championship game, into the Super Bowl that's going to be played. Where's the Super Bowl this year? New Orleans. In New Orleans.
You know where it's at. The Bengals will be there. Don't worry about it.
That's the question. Hey, Deshaun Watson, is he finally back? Is he finally back? Yeah. And so, look, we got great matchups to start out the season with. We got great matchups throughout the season. And like you said, a lot of times, Ocho, what we don't think will be a great matchup sometimes materializes into being a great matchup because both teams are not what we thought they would be. They're even better.
Right. You know what was funny? Remember how I said earlier, it's always one team every season that surprised you? Man, what if Carolina happens to be that team? What happens if Carolina happens to be that team that comes out of nowhere and shocks the goddamn world and plays extremely well? They come out the gate 4-5-0, and we like, man, what in the hell is going on?
The question is, Ocho, have they done enough offensively to give Bryce Young the core that he needs, the receivers, tight ends, and did they do enough to shore up that offensive line to protect him? I don't worry about look, you play at Alabama, you play at that level where the expectations are out the yin-yang, game in and game out. You're expected to win the SEC. You're expected to win the SEC championship. You're expected to compete and win national championships. And you're in that pressure cooker on a weekly basis. The question is, have they done enough to put the hedges around him, which is the protective shield? Offensive line, skill position players, have they done enough to ensure this young man can have success? That remains to be seen.